It's me. Leave a message at the beep.
Hey, man. Ugh, I must have just missed you. I saw a little green button by your name online. I figured I could catch you. Must have just missed you. How funny is that? Um, goofy fucking story. Goofy story. So I was online, and I said that I have just a monster dong, and I don't know if you know this, but I don't. It's like average-ish, like just a hair under average. I mean, it's got a great shape. You've seen pictures, but you haven't seen pictures with like a banana for scale. No. Thing is, it's so funny. It's so stupid. So to settle a bet online, with the karma whores and the karma knots and the karma dicks, I have to show a picture of my massive wang. I mean, isn't this stupid? I have to show a picture of my huge wang with a little piece of paper with my Reddit name on it. So, you know what my Reddit name is. Just, if you could just write it on a piece of paper and send me a dick pic, I'd really appreciate it. And, I know about the mole. I'll Photoshop it out. It's fine. I mean, it does kind of look like a huge African nipple growing off the side of your wang, it's stupid that I know that you have that, but obviously I know about it because, well, you know all the reasons I know about it, but no, but the thing is, just send me the picture and send it quick because I'm starting to look like I'm lying online, and I mean, nobody does that. That's just not a thing that's done. So I have to really make up for my lie. Okay, buddy. Okay, well, call me back. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be a very odd, interesting week because next week is going to be huge. Next week, on the Glossy News 4K podcast with yours truly, Brian K. White, we're going to have a special guest in studio for the entirety of the Podimacast. Oh yes, we will. Jason V. Jones will be with us, the clever and brilliant filmmaker from the youth, the guy who first got me on TV. He will be with us in studio the entire time, and oh my gosh, we've got so much material prepped. I'm like beside myself, but I'm still in my own body because, even though weed is legal here, it's just kind of not my thing. I'm okay with it. I don't really care, but I'm just saying the difference between a drunk driver and a stone driver is you come up to a stop sign, drunk driver blows right through, stone driver waits for the stop sign to turn green. Yeah, that's their favorite color. It's what they do. So yeah, we've got some really clever stuff this week. A little bit about filmmaking, specifically as it pertains to Quentin Tarantina. We've got a funny story about birthday parties and birthday dinners and what people consider a fancy meal. Quick story about me going off my meds. Oh, have you noticed? Have you? You haven't, but that's all right. And of course, I've got a $1 billion business idea. And that's just the beginning of the end. So, yeah, let's give a quick shout out to this week's sponsor. This week's podcast is brought to you in part by no sponsors. No sponsors. They're the people who don't pay for anything ever. No sponsors, they're the people you should support. No sponsors. If I was a wolf, I swear to God, they would be what's for dinner. All right, let's get started.
$1 billion business. Ooh. $1 billion business. Free for you. Oh, oh.
So $1 billion business always starts with the same thing: a product, a service, an idea, a company. And what you need before you can even get started is a name for your business. Now, when I created my movie, Kimmy With It, I did not bother to come up with a good title. So I'm stuck, it seems, with Kimmy With It. I had a bunch of ideas. I'm still a big fan of Kim Jong-2, The Wrath of Un, but I may have been outvoted by the producers. And that's neither here nor there because the movie is stuck in limbo. Still have the wig and the outfit, guys. Still have all the props. You guys have half of mine and a lot of my production gear, so let's finish this. Let's finish it. No, if you've got a great product, a great service, a great idea, and a making of a great company, what you need is a great name. And my friends, I have one for you. This is your $1 billion idea for the week. You ready? Porridge. Yes, porridge. I know what you're thinking. Doesn't that rhyme with orange? Yes, and it's the only word that does. What rhymes with apple? Well, the first word that comes to mind is Snapple. Even though that's a brand name. You know they did that on purpose. There ain't no apple in that product. If there is, it's like less than 1%. No, it's brilliant. Apple rhymes with chapel, grapple, and Edna Krabappel. Well, I guess that's not quite a rhyme since it has apple in it, but it's the same principle. No, you need a name that people will remember. Porridge. And if you want, you can go silly, Grorange or Blorange. You can do whatever you want, but your slogan is built in, my friends. It's already there. It's ready built. The slogan is, it rhymes with orange. People will remember it. What's your website? Oh, it's Porridge. Like orange with a P? Yeah, just like that. So my friends, you're going to be so rich. All I ask is that you take me out with you on your new 100-foot yacht and do not throw me overboard. That's all I ask. That's the only price I demand for this amazing service that I give you, of which I give to thee, my good friends. Gosh, I wonder how many millionaires and billionaires I've made so far. It's got to number in the numbers. It's got to number in the integers. It's got to be a number that cannot be divided by 0. That's 0, isn't it? Well, it was worth a try. So for reasons unknown to me, my wife decided to throw out a garbage can. I assume there was some sick in it. As, you know, we have kids and these things happen. It's fine. It's not just fine. It's normal. It's what's expected. It's not what's for dinner, though. It's not that. No, so fine, whatever. If you could put it in the garbage can, which is weird, putting a garbage can in a garbage can. That's some Inception level non-recycling right there. I decided, no, I'm going to take it out of the trash and I'm just going to put it by the curb because somebody Somebody's going to want this. It's a perfectly good IKEA plastic $6-7 garbage can. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, I did go around and made sure that every room in the house already has a garbage can, and every room does. None of them have liners in them, which is disturbing to me. And if they did, maybe the fact that it had been barfed all up in wouldn't be an issue, but apparently I'm not in charge of that. So that's great. So I decided, no, let's take it out. Let's take it out of the big green bin. Let's put it out at the curb. And let's, if somebody wants it, take it. Somebody will want it. So about a day and a half later, I came out and checked. And sure enough, somebody found a use for it. It was about half full of garbage. No, guys. No. This isn't a public receptacle. The thing is a foot tall. It's really small. No, you can take it, but don't fill it. Don't fill it with garbage. What the hell is wrong with you people? Do you know how this isn't how any of this works. So last December, when Brendan had his birthday, one of the things he wanted to do was go to a fancy restaurant. And one of the places we talked about was this Mongolian grill one town over. And I explained how it works. You pick your meats or your seafood. You pick your noodles or your vegetables. You pick your pineapple. Then you pick your sauces. They throw it all on a big-ass grill. And abracadabra, it just goes. It works. It's great. It's so delicious. You'll love it. Kind of pricey, but it works. Well, Tina has a violent shellfish allergy, and shellfish is on the menu. So she vetoed that. And I said, well, I tell you what, I'll take just you boys. Well, it never happened. Well, I got up yesterday morning and I decided, you know what? We are now in the midst of the other two boys' birthdays. They want it too. I'm taking the kids to Mongolian Grill. Now, again, this is expensive, but I don't mind. This is a special occasion. So when they got up, I explained it. I once again told them about it, and they're like, oh, yes, that. I wanted to try that. Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's try it. So Tina, again, not thrilled, not excited at all. Kind of annoyed. Well, can they cook something in the back for me? I go, honey, Jesus Christ, we talked about, I called them last time. No, there's no kitchen in the back. The kitchen is in the front. The kitchen is the restaurant. Let's just go. I'll give you, you know what? If, Patrick is picky, he probably doesn't want to eat there. Max is probably, doesn't want to hang out with me if you and Patrick aren't there. It's fine. I'll pay you guys to go, walk across the parking lot to Red Robin or Azteca. I'll take the boys who want to go there. So on the way in, we had to stop at Famous Footwear to buy shoes. Not because I wanted to, but because apparently children continue growing and shoes are something that wear out. Normally we shop at Payless and those shoes are just garbage. Famous Footwear is a step up. Not a huge step up, but a good step up. So we bought shoes and then walked through the mall to Jasmine Mongolian Grill. And the whole way there, it's nothing but arguments from the more senior members of our party who should know better. I was like, guys, this is going to be so expensive for me, but this is an experience. I want to do this for you. Let's just do it. So as we approach the Mongolian Grill, the Jasmine Mongolian Grill, we walk by Subway, which of course, just wafts out the smell of fresh bread. So great. And everybody, oh my gosh, now I'm starving. Oh, I'm so hungry. I was like, guys, we're going to go look at the Mongolian Grill. If you decide you'd rather have Subway for a third of the price, I'm fine with that. So I take the kids in, and they're like, oh, how many? I'm like, no. Can we just look? Yeah, great. No, fine. Just go look. So I take them, I show them, oh, here's the pork and the beef and the chicken and the lamb. And here's the, shrimp and the squid. And, oh, here's 3 different kinds of noodles and all different kinds of vegetables. There's so much great stuff here. And look, here you add your flavors and soy sauce and fruit juice. And then they cook it. And I say, so what are you thinking? What would you like? What would you like to try? I want to go back to Subway. Okay, consensus? It was unanimous. 100% of the party wanted to go back to Subway. So I ran the math in my head. I was like, so $90 versus about $35. Subway ended up being $40 because I ended up getting, 5 feet of sub. So yeah, less than half price without the tip. Subway doesn't get a tip. Less than half the price. And they were delighted. We did not get an unforgettable experience out of it, but, I guess that wasn't what it was about. In movies, there are few things you can count on to make you money. Number 1 would be Pixar films. Those always make money. You can spend as much as you want, and you will still make money. But a surprising one to me is Quentin Tarantina. Of his 9 major films, 7 of them have tripled their budget. And only 1 has lost money, Grindhouse. Damn well it should have. It was a terrible idea in the first place. So his first movie, Reservoir Dogs, is one of the ones that did not triple its budget. It had a budget of $1.2 million and made a paltry $2.8 million. Now that's to say nothing of, syndication, TV rights, home movies. It's made a fortune. I would assume that $2.8 million gross was more than exceeded in DVD sales times 10. I mean, it is a big movie. Let's see. After that came Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction surprisingly had a budget of only $8 million, from which it grossed $214 million. That is how you kick off your career. His first real movie with real distribution, $8 million, $214 million in the box office. That doesn't count the money they made on the soundtrack or the home release or TV rights. I mean, it made money. Well, then we get to 4 Rooms, which doesn't count towards the 9 somehow. It had a domestic run of $4.2 million, but there's no budget listed, and it kind of falls between the cracks. I'm not sure what it is or what it was. Then we go on to Jackie Brown, which is, in my opinion, the worst of all of Tarantino's films. $12 million budget, made almost $40 million. $40 million worldwide, specifically all of it in the US. I can't see this movie playing overseas. Tripled the budget. Then we go to Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2. Volume 1, $30 million budget, $180 million gross. Lordy. Volume 2, again, $30 million budget, $152 million at the box office. Now, they don't get all that money. a lot of it goes to distributors, especially worldwide, where you rely more heavily on your distributors. But 30 million to 152, good Lord. Then comes the turd in the punch bowl, Grindhouse. Grindhouse, Planet Terror, what's that? Death Proof. Horrible, worthless. It was nothing but gross. It was a shock film. He chose, for reasons I'll never understand, to parody a genre which was never profitable, nor never meant to be profitable, and it was awful. $67 million budget, $25 million gross. You lost your ass, and you deserved to. It was awful. So that was in... What year was that? 2007. He didn't come back until 2009 with Inglourious Bastards. Now, despite that flop, Inglourious Bastards got a budget of $70 million, and you can see where the money went. The movie was amazing. And from that $70 million, made $321 million worldwide. Again, not counting Netflix or home distribution or television. It made money. Followed up, of course, Django Unchained, $100 million budget. If we gave you 70, let's see what you can do with a $100 million budget. $425 million. That's ridiculous. And it's a great movie. I've probably seen it 3 times, and I would, if it was on TV and I was at a hotel stuck, I would absolutely watch it again. The Hateful Eight got kind of screwed, because the script was leaked early and the full resolution DVD quality copy came out very short on the heels of its theatrical release due to, I assume, a screw up with somebody who got a Oscar screener. But despite that, $44 million still made $155. Unbelievable. Still tripled the budget. And that's, I assume, still out. It's still out somewhere. Now, Quentin Tarantino has said that after his 10th film, which will be his next film, that he intends to retire. I think that would be a waste. Stephen King retired after his tragic car accident where he was struck by a vehicle walking down the side of the road. But even in his retirement, he continued working, just at a slower pace. That's what Quentin Tarantino should do. Don't actually retire, man. Don't actually retire. Film needs you, man. So, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, if I was a betting man, I'd say his next movie will triple its budget. And I think everyone knows that. Which is why there's so much pressure from studios for him to make another movie. So as a few of you know, not very many, I had some problems with my medication a couple months back. I went in for a refill and was informed with 2 days' notice that I would have to get a new prescription from my doctor. She wouldn't extend it. She wouldn't, do it by phone. I would have to go in and see her. And the problem was she had a long lead time. I called in and found out that I couldn't even get on the calendar because my clinician, with whom I'm supposed to meet regularly, had left the company just a week before, and I would need to be reassigned anyway. I could not get meds. I couldn't get them. I couldn't buy them. I couldn't get them. And I explained to them the severe discomfort one can experience going off of something like Risperidone cold turkey. And that's not their problem. So I checked the illegal pharmaceutical websites, and I found of my 2 meds that I could get one of them cheaply in some countries and one of them cheaply in other countries, but in any case it would be 2 to 3 weeks before I'd get them. And that by then I'd probably have a new clinician and a new subscription, and my insurance would cover it with with my reasonable deductible. I was mistaken. So I went through a bit of a time, you might say. The withdrawal symptoms from risperidone are, well, it's also called Risperdal, are uncomfortable. Let's say that. And they last at least a week, but it was more like 2+ weeks. And even after those weeks, I still have not been able to get back on the calendar to see anyone. So the question is, what is life like off my meds? This has been asked of me, and I'm just going to tell everyone, even those who don't want to know. It's different. It's different. My sleep schedule is different. My life is different. Everything is different. Is it worse? I'd say no, not exactly. I went through years of trial and error with different meds, and it's not worse. I'm not sure it's better. It's different. The big swings in mood aren't there. And the big swings cause a lot of problems. But to put it in perspective, the other day, I woke up. It was spring break for the kids. I woke up one morning, and I came out to the living room, and it was clean, which kind of surprised me. And 2 of the boys were up. They were sitting on the couch. They had tablets, and they were just kind of goofing around. And I said, I'm going to reheat some leftovers. You want some? No, we've already had cereal. Okay. And I opened the fridge, and the chocolate milk that I'd bought 3 days earlier was still there. Not all of it, but plenty of it, like a third of it. I was like, that's weird. And, I grabbed the chocolate milk. I poured myself a glass. I threw my leftovers in the microwave. I had some nice spiral cut glazed ham. It was great. And as it's heating up, and I'm standing there drinking my chocolate milk, I look out the window, and it's a beautiful, clear, breezy morning. And these pink flower petals are coming down off the tree and just flittering across the deck like art. Just so beautiful. And I look around, and the whole kitchen is clean. The living room's clean. The boys are peaceful and quiet. I have chocolate milk, and I thought, oh my God, I'm dead, aren't I? It was a fleeting thought, but it was a thought. It was a thought. I was like, no, I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, you know what? You've had a long enough week. So, I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got a lot of prepping to do. So let's just play this. Yeah, it's early, it's premature. But, just like when you go to church, once a year you get these really short sermons. So, let's just cap it there, huh? Next week is going to be very different. We're going to have a live in-studio guest for the entirety of the podcast. A an occurrence, an historic occurrence, which I hope to make a regular feature. It's going to be not just awesome, but something beyond awesome. I don't know, double awesome. Somewhere around there. You know what you guys should do? You know what you guys should do? Seriously, you should follow me around the web on Facebook, on Twitter, on Reddit, assuming anybody gives a damn. You know, here's the thing. I've got so many viewers and listeners. I've got dozens to hundreds, you know, all the time streaming, and I've got thousands who actually watch these videos. Who are you people? What I would like to know is who the heck is listening. I would really love to know. It would be just awesome. So I should point out that segment bumpers and background music by the awesome Greg the Hero, whose Facebook link can be found in the description below. And by below, I assume you're, you know, consuming this somewhere other than on a phonograph in the distant past or future. You goddamn time travelers. You make me sick. No, you should let me know who the hell you are. Why do you consume this? What do you like about it? What's fun? What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Somebody, please, for the love of God, tell me. Now, I do get some feedback. J-Dog, periodically, he lets me know segments he really does love. And he very gently lets me know the segments he likes slightly less well. But what about you guys? Who are you? I don't know. And I should say, as always, we have a closing thought coming up. We do, as always, have a closing thought. This week's closing thought is, I don't know. Just listen next week. Next week is going to be, it's going to be insane. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be off and back on the hook. It's going to be great. You guys, I'm telling you, you're going to love it. And I hope so, because I can't do this forever. I mean, I can, but not like this. Not like this. All right. Talk to you next Sunday or Monday. Take care.